Hello and welcome back to another episode of Exploring with Ash and Jay. Today we're going to be doing something a little different. We're going to be diving into the story behind who is the Green Man. If this sounds interesting, stay tuned. So let's dive into it. We're here talking about the Green Man. There are many different variations on the story about the Green Man, depending if where you're searching, Google, YouTube, Wikipedia, etc. But primarily, what I'm reading right here now, it says the Green Man is a legendary being primarily interpreted as a symbol of rebirth, representing the cycle of new growth that occurs every spring. The Green Man is commonly depicted in a sculpture or other representation of a face which is made completely surrounded by leaves and twigs. So basically you have this entity that is essentially like a living, breathing tree that is also part human. It's very, very fascinating because, it kind of makes me think of that childhood story, The Giving Tree, about the boy having the relationship with the tree and talking to it. Essentially, it's like that, but in real life. But wait, it gets better. So now I just went to Google to look up something, and it's saying that the Green Man also goes by the name of Raymond Robinson, the man with no face. Now, so a little bit of a backstory. Supposedly he fell into a vat of acid, some people say, and it removed his face. But he could also be a fisherman who was struck by lightning. These are a couple people's opinions on what they think happened to him, and then I'm going to get into what happened to him and how this ties into the story of the Green Man. A young boy was electrocuted by drowned power lines, depending on who you ask. People call him the Green Man or Charlie the Man with no face. And then I'm going to go ahead and show you a picture of what this looks like. This absolutely breaks my heart because there are kids out there that exist with facial deformities, and that essentially is what this is. It's a little alarming. If you don't have a strong stomach, I recommend skipping this part. So I'm on Wikipedia right now, and this is Raymond Robinson, aka the Green Man or the Man with no face, depending on who you ask. Kind of a sad picture. Look, there's literally no nose, no eyes. This is a really, really bad disfiguration of one's face. So now we're going to find out what actually happened to him. It says one day, Robinson and his friends decided to play at the Pittsburgh, Harmony, Butler, and Newcastle Railway Company Bridge, spanning Walrus Run. The bridge carried a massive amount of electricity, and it was nowhere for kids to play. Tragically but predictably, Robinson was injured by the electrical line while climbing a pole. He survived despite his grim prognosis, but his face was completely destroyed, and he went through the rest of his life without eyes, a nose, or a right arm. Many people would fold under this kind of pain, but he refused to let his injuries force him into solitude, and only walked at night. Here is another picture of what this gentleman looks like. And here's what I'm talking about again, about the face. No eyes, no nose, no any of that. And then obviously you just see the picture where he's got his one arm. That's kind of scary if you ask me. If you want to know more about this story, you can read up on this Green Man. His name is Raymond Theodore Robinson. He lived from October 29th, 1910 to June 11th, 1985. And because of his disfigurations through time, he became sort of like an urban legend where people just kind of added to the story. Now, this is a urban legend that originated from Pennsylvania. And, tourists who drive along these Pennsylvania roads late at night swear that they see this entity called the Green Man with twigs and branches coming out of his face, ears, nose, mouth, etc. And essentially it's this walking disfigured tree man. Let me know in the comments if you've heard of the Green Man or what you make of this story. Urban legend, weird freak accident. Now, if you're like me and you like to go explore, you can check this out. by looking on Google, the Green Man, Charlie the No Face. You can also look him up under his actual name, Raymond Theodore Robinson. There is actually, his final resting place is Grandview Cemetery in Beaver Falls. That's Pennsylvania, for those who are curious. Now, I'm going to stop here and I'm going to go ahead and insert some pictures via the urban legend of what people believe that this man evolved into because of his accident and being electrocuted. He became this sort of tree creature, this mythological walking tree man. So I'm going to go ahead and insert those pictures now of what they believe he evolved into after his accident. And even after his death, there have been many sightings where people have said till this day they continue to see the Green Man. So I'm going to go ahead and insert those pictures right now.